What is going on, everybody? My Hero, Season 7, Episode 8. I'm glad that we didn't spend multiple episodes of Midoriya attempting to, get away from that whole Toga situation. How she's even keeping up with him speed-wise, I don't know. But he's out of there, and he needs to hurry because the group that's over there was well, first of all, who knows if there's even a group that's like, oh, that's a good matchup for Shigaraki given what Shigaraki is. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you had Endeavor and Hawks and Eraser connected to the kid and Midoriya, and I guess put every top one every, I guess, top hero there, would it be a good matchup? I don't know, but it's definitely what they got there. It's just a bunch of extra super duper support characters. None of them have kill shots or kill moves or any crazy area of effect or anything crazy really quirk wise. So when they're just kind of there, not including him, the group is really rough, in my opinion. So I'm curious how many episodes we spend, and I guess how much in real time does it take for him to get over there. I guess we'll kind of see with that. We still do have the Dabi, the Todoroki fight going on there. That'd be pretty cool to see. I don't know who we're walking up on here in this jail cell, but we'll see. And I didn't know that Aizawa straight up can't use. He needs both eyes working to activate his own quirk. I thought he could still activate it with just the one, but he can't. It's pretty wild to me. And I guess kind of the only other unknown, because I'm assuming at this point in the story, this is the final battle or whatever you want to call it. Now the final battle could stretch across multiple seasons, who knows? But I would assume that there's not going to be any crazy heavy hitter landscape changing the tide of the fight villain to be introduced, bad guy. And then I'm assuming the same for the other side. I'm assuming there's not going to be some crazy star and stripe level hero that's going to show up from another country or someone we haven't seen or yet to be introduced to at this point in the story that's going to tilt the scales. I would assume we're not going to be getting introduced to either of that for the bad or good side. So I'm pretty sure we've kind of got the landscape pretty much set on who's maybe even attempting to help. The only... And I bring that up to say, oh, we're not going to get introduced to anybody that's really going to go too crazy on either side. I bring that up to say because I think the only two people that I could see that we haven't seen yet on screen, as far as this operation that's just been going, would just be Mirio and Eri. I don't know if they're done. You would expect that you at least see Mirio somewhere here showing up. Where and when, I would just, because the last time we saw him, he was fully good to go. He was out of practice a little bit, but there's nothing stopping him from being out there. And we know he wouldn't be out there, So I don't know why he wouldn't. Maybe he gets sent out a little bit later. I mean, if I had to put money down, I'm expecting him to show up somewhere before the fighting is over. I'm expecting him to show up somewhere. Now, Eri is a interesting thing. We've been talking about her for multiple seasons, and it's are they going to open that box? Are they going to really release the Rubik's Cube on all that? And I feel as soon as they did it with Mirio, you've opened that box. Now, I feel it would be a missed opportunity to not see her active in any of this at all, especially after what you had her do with Mirio. But we'll see what they do with that storyline. I would assume she's out here before, I don't know, we're season 7. Let's say there's only 8. We get a full next 8 season of content. That we see her and not just in some and post last episode giving Midoriya a hug and growing up, and I'm expecting to see her active in this. We'll see though. We'll see. Who's this? Oh, the old doctor. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Skip it, skip it, skip it so we don't get copyrighted for the audio. Let's get out of here. Alright, we're good. Do we still not have clarification on how strong is his Endeavor's agency support girl's flames? Like does she just pump out regular flames too, or what? Or no? Are we gonna see how he got out of there? Oh god, you see his face go. Okay. Right into the water, that's helpful. I wouldn't say he was born warped. So who came and got this body? Of course he's there at that exact time before everyone else can show up. In that exact location at that exact time. What are the chances of that? Like, had he been scouted? And was looking for a chance to scoop him up, or what? This is spoilers for Naruto. This is very like Obito gets scooped up by the big final bad and used in the end. Now the question is, do you think there's any redemption for this man, Dabi? Would he turn? This man was in a coma for 3 years, and they didn't pull the plug ever. What were they? What's the cutoff point? 5 years, 10 years, 15? How long do we keep him on support for? But I'm curious. This is very Naruto Obito shit. I wonder if he. Do you think there's any redemption for him or what? I don't know. Any redemption for him at all? Would he even? Or do you think he'll stick to it being evil at the very end of it all? I don't know. I wonder if because like you see it in him right here, right? The same way Obito had it like deep down in him. There was good in him in wanting to please his dad and everything. So do you think he has a change of heart at the very end of it all? At the very, very end of it all, or no? Yeah. And do you even want Dabi to have a redemption? Maybe maybe his fate is just like how it started. He just ends up burning his own self to death. Or do you think in the very end he thinks about his dad and everything? They just took advantage of a kid again that already had a weak mental before. What's up with Mr. Sunny's face, though, by the way? What is he supposed to be, a dandelion or some shit? So Dabi, they've been scouting to take Shigaraki's place in case Shigaraki fell. That they have a lot of sleeper agents out there. He's rogue. We know he's solo and crazy, bro. We know that. So Dabi was in consideration as an all-for-one. I don't want to say clone. So he was in consideration for being Orochimaru's next vessel. Before he got his hands on Sasuke. I mean, Shigaraki. Oh. I mean, but we know he's... We already know that he's... what the kids would call a little bit unhinged. Did he? Wait, did he really go? Oh. Was he rejected? My man walked all the way in there. All he had to do was say make a little bit of noise right there. Story's completely different. What is happening? Is he just burning himself? I think he is. He just burned through a whole nother layer of skin, no? I think. I don't think his body's ever going to, like... I don't think he's ever going to take that level up of, like, oh, I'm resistant to my own flames. No. Yeah. His flames... I feel like his level up is, like... my flames just get stronger, aka the blue flames, but like his body is never leveling up. Ever. It's probably worse now because the flames are even hotter. I mean, yeah. I wonder if he just burns himself to death before he can even accomplish what he wants to do. Look, the glow blue coming out of his mouth is a crazy effect. Absolutely crazy. Get him, Aaron. Get him. But yeah, I'm very curious of, like... do you think there's a drop of redemption or change in him before it's over, or no? Oh! Narrator giving us a breakdown. Okay. As high as you can and then releasing it or storing it. Okay. You better do something with that ice. Melting that shit. Yeah. Bro, you're on fire again. You're on fire again. Woo-wee. What are those three planning to do? Yeah, it's not as refined. He's just out here spamming heat. Todoroki, your ice better be ready to go. Bro, he's been charging that shit up for... Bro, the blue flames are going crazy on him right now. Is he... I was about to say, are we charging something up? Because we clearly are not holding that charge anymore. Oh no, he still got it on his chest. I don't know what's going on like there. Yo, class rep, you're fast enough to like deal with this. Can you give some kind of backup here? He's gonna die. I think he's just gonna burn himself out before he can even get anything accomplished. Yo, Mr. Ingenium, can you give us 2 seconds and speed blitz this dude and get him the hell off of me? What is on his chest right there? What is that? Guys? You feel like he's like taking out everything that like he thought about himself and putting that on us. Look at that glowing shit that he was charging up in his chest. I don't know what he's about. Is he about to be perfect half Iceman, half fire? Oh. And remember, he was talking about wanting to save his brother. Like, what? I don't even know what he likes, and I want to bring him, so we'll see. I'm curious if he'll like encapsulate himself like a X-Men. Like, will we see half his body covered in ice and half of it covered in fire perfectly, or what? What is this like ice fire move he's got going on? Holy shit. No. He wanted this run. I mean, we really don't have a choice. What are you gonna do? The ice is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like it's on fire. Yeah, we definitely agree with that. We hated Endeavor too at one point, so don't get me wrong, like I agree with you and all that. Did we really just have to show class rep cheeks right there? Alright. And I'm curious if Dabi is really taken out, really dies here, like, and it still wasn't enough for anything. It wasn't in front of Endeavor, it wasn't for Endeavor, just a depressing end. I mean, it's been a depressing life. So what are you gonna do? What the hell is that? Yeah, you were out there doing your depressing shit. Bakugo, you've fallen off, bro. Just give it up. It was never you. It was always these two, and then Midoriya. Oh, it's really coming from the center of his heart. He said well, at this point, he said he couldn't hold it for long. What are we at now, IRL? He's got this icy hot mixture going on. Cold flames, yep. That was so long ago. Look at the effect on this man right now. Alright. That Aaron scream, bro. He's spitting out new techniques. I was like, he did want to save him. Do you think he does? Well, Dabi has to first relinquish that. Yeah, it's the perfect counter. What are you gonna do, man? Correct. I wonder if he brings him down. Not bring him down, like defeat him, but like, do you think Dabi's mental changes before this is all? Oh, he has to charge it up. Golly. Somebody? Guys, I need to charge up. Somebody needs to come in here and do something about this. Yep. They got to. Where is Ida? Eh? What? Eh? Oh? Oh, okay, we're still going. I thought the episode was over. How much time do we have? Literally seconds. Seconds. I don't know how the others aren't kind of just like damn near catching burns just from the surrounding heat. Like at least class rep, like he's in a suit, which who knows how heat resistant that suit is, but it's better than your bare skin being exposed. I don't know how those other three are not like suffering serious burns just from the heat around them. Yep, bring it up. Bring the flash fire up. Store it. Who's the voice actor for Dabi? I feel like that's very recognizable too. The blue glow in his mouth is a crazy effect. Is there a way to just permanently put him out, like fire-wise, just for a decent amount of time? Probably couldn't turn him off forever. Great Glacier. Whoa. And they showed him as a kid. It was Kid Dabi, Kid Shoto right there. Whoa. Is it daytime? I guess it is. It was that dark because of the flames? Holy shit. Is that it? Like, did we 1 defeat him or 2 change his mind? Or he might be dead. I don't know. What the hell? That's where we end that? No shot. Crazy image though. So I'll need someone to give me a specific detailed breakdown on like what it is he did there to get that like cold flame. He was breaking it down a little bit, you know, talking about Endeavor wanted the ice to cool down his flames, but he always Todoroki, Shoto, they're all Todorokis, but you guys know who I'm talking about when I say Todoroki. He always had the ice to cool himself down. So what is it that he was doing a little bit differently here? Somebody will break it down for me and let me know. I'm just curious of what's the Dabi storyline going forward. Not that I'm expecting crazy developments or they're going to give us like a whole arc dedicated to him, but as far as like, is he dead, or are we hoping to, now that we've defeated him, change his mental? And also just the damage that he just put on his body right there, because I'm assuming, well, I mean, he said he practiced it to kind of see where his limits were because he doesn't have the pain receptors. So even here, he probably doesn't feel it. But I don't think he's ever put that type of blue flame damage upon himself, has he? For that long? Like pumped out that strong? I'm assuming he's never been in a situation that's like probably got him as revved up right now. Like he's done his blue flames all the time, but like he had that dial cranked to the max, and those blue flames are just on him. The damage that his body is taking, his body's always taking damage, but it'll be to a point like he won't feel it, but like he won't be able to move. He won't have muscles to be able to move because he's just gonna burn them off. So I'm curious, like even if he changes his mind, or we decide that we're gonna like change his mind, and we just like capture him for now, and maybe they show us at the end of a couple episodes of him attempted to trying to be rehabbed mentally. What type of physical quality of life are you gonna have? Because like you can't move. I have a feeling. I just feel from what I just saw here that like he's burned his body past a point of like ever fighting. Like just not being able to move. He could be a vegetable and just sit in a chair and pump out blue flames. Yeah, of course. But as far as him being able to move or do anything like we just saw, I feel like we broke that limit. No, I mean he was burning through, because that image that they showed, or that transition that they showed earlier in the episode, when because you could see, he still had like skin from like the knuckles up to his fingers. When they showed his body from like the shoulder down, pretty much going, I was like, oh, is his body maybe starting to adapt it? But I think he just burnt a whole layer of himself off, correct? That's what it looked like to me. I'm not sure. But honestly, that was a pretty good episode. Much better than last week's. I don't know why, just there's just some characters that like connect in this show. And that group, the Todorokis, is one of them. When Toga and some others are on screen, if it's not just like a crazy dope fight, it's like when they're starting to go off about their backstory and stuff, it's just like, I don't know why this one. Maybe it's because we've been with the whole Todoroki and hating his dad and Endeavor and all that since the very beginning of when My Hero started. But that storyline is much more enjoyable than I feel like a lot of the other ones. And did we read that correctly? If the subtitles were correctly, that so all for which you would think, again, the man's talked about not putting his eggs all in one basket, and you got to plan for all type of things. So he's been scouting kids, I guess scouting kids post All Might injury, I would assume, because I don't know if he was even looking to transfer his body and his consciousness or whatever he does or is attempting to do. Was that even in consideration for him pre All Might fight, the first one, when he like lost the top of his face and yada yada yada? I'm assuming he felt like he could go on forever with his body, or maybe he was planning like, hey, eventually I will. So maybe he loosely was scouting, up and coming kids, up and coming quirk users. But then maybe post All Might fight, it's like, okay, now I'm definitely, because this body is not, it can't be. So definitely post he was scouting. I don't know if he was doing it pre All Might fight. So it's like he had a lot of candidates, Dabi being one of them. Todoroki, Shigaraki being the preferred, I guess. And so all those kids in that school, like it looked like, oh, this isn't a bad place. I'm assuming, were those all for one potential candidates or what? Because what else would they be using that for other than to like cultivate these kids' quirks, have them on standby, steal them if needed? Like it looked like, like this isn't a bad place. But like, is it though? So you're like saving these kids. Like, are all these kids without parents? Like, are these all tragic situations and you like brought them in? Like, okay, that's, I guess, understandable. But then it's like, you're scouting all these kids and seeing which one that you can transfer to, I'm assuming. And then also you have access to their quirks at any time. So like if you just want to you want to drop in one day and steal a couple of them, you could. I don't know. It looked like they made it look like, oh, this isn't a bad place, but like, is it not though with what's really going on here? I don't know. And I guess Shigaraki was the ultimate test subject. I got very Naruto vibes there so spoilers for Naruto, of like Madara saving Obito to then like, oh, I'm going to use you, you're going to pay me back eventually. You know, All for One saving Dabi there by the riverbed or, you know, creekside, bringing him in. But the only reason he didn't do that because like, oh my god, that kid's hurt over there. He brought it in as a possible candidate, or whatever they could get out of him. And then the whole like, and we've had that for a while of like All for One having multiple candidates to transfer his body into, looking for the right one, having possible, you know, backups, but Shigaraki, assuming, always was the first option, with Orochimaru looking for somebody to transfer his body into, but Sasuke always being the one. So I don't know, a lot of parallels with that, I felt like, at least. But it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I felt like that was the best episode we've had since those opening couple ones, since the Star and Stripe stuff. That was the best episode that we've had, in my opinion. The Ayama reveal and the couple of the other episodes had their moments, but they were fine. So not bad. I'm curious if like, is that storyline done? Like we're just done with the Dabi? We're done with this fight? Because I feel like that went pretty fast. Like they contained that to one episode. So if you give an episode to Uraraka and Sue to try to, again, same thing with Toga. Is she going to be redeemable? You know, have a change of heart in the end, or are we going to have to put her down? I don't know. So maybe that gets its own episode. And then you've got I guess the last two final showdowns, which I guess will stretch the rest of the way. You got the Endeavor, Hawks, original All for One, and then Midoriya eventually getting over there to deal with Shigaraki. And I guess because there's no other fights going on, correct? Pretty sure that was it. It's just those 4 locations. Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm positive we saw more locations when they kind of showed where they transported them all to on the map of Japan. Pretty sure there was more than 4 red dot locations. But there's only 4 storylines that we have any attachment to with the villain side. Toga, Dabi, All for One, and then the Shigaraki. I don't know if there's going to be a spinner episode or 2, whatever. But yeah, so we got one other, I guess, side fight with Toga, and that's just the 2 heavy hitters. So we'll see. We'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,